Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share will change the way you see this country and yourself. It's not just a story about places or events. It's a story about the very essence of what it means to be American. It's about a spirit so resilient, so determined, so unyielding that no matter what storms have tried to break it, it remains standing, stronger than ever. This spirit, this unbreakable force, lives in every corner of this land. It beats in the hearts of millions who have faced hardship and refuse to give up. Imagine, for a moment, what it takes to be truly unbreakable. It's not about never falling down, it's about what you do when you hit the ground. Do you stay there? Do you give up? Or do you rise, dust yourself off, and push forward with a fierceness fueled by hope, courage, and a deep sense of purpose? That's what the heart of America is made of. That is the story I want to take you on. From the very beginning, this country was never promised an easy path. It was carved out by people who dared to dream of something greater, who believed that despite the odds stacked against them, they could build a land where freedom, opportunity, and justice would flourish. Those early struggles were not just physical battles, but battles of spirit and will. Every challenge met was a test of character, and America passed. But it's not just the big moments in history that reveal this unbreakable spirit. It's found in the quiet determination of individuals who refuse to be defined by their circumstances. The single mother working 2 jobs to put food on the table and keep a roof over her children's heads. The student who studies late into the night, refusing to let the weight of poverty or doubt crush their dreams. The veteran who comes home, carrying scars you cannot see, and yet wakes up each day ready to face whatever comes next. These are the true bearers of the unbreakable spirit. Think about the times when the world said, "This is the end." Economic collapse, wars, social unrest, moments when it seemed like the foundation might crumble. But instead of breaking, America bent, it adapted, it grew. It leaned into its values and held tighter to the belief that no darkness lasts forever, because this spirit, this heart of America, is not fragile. It's made of grit and grace, of sweat and sacrifice, and yes, it's also made of hope. Hope that something better is always possible, no matter how bleak the situation looks. Hope that every setback is simply a setup for a comeback. This hope is what pushes people to stand up, to speak out, to build, to innovate. It is hope that connects the past to the future, that reminds us that the story isn't over, that the next chapter is waiting to be written by us. You may wonder, how does this spirit survive so much? How does it stay alive in the face of injustice, inequality, and pain? The answer lies in something deeper than circumstance. It lies in belief. A belief in the promise of this nation, but more importantly, a belief in the power of each person to make a difference. When people believe in themselves and each other, they create something unbreakable, a community, a movement, a legacy. This spirit calls on us all. It doesn't ask for perfection, but for persistence. It doesn't demand that we never fail, but that we never quit. It whispers to us in moments of doubt, "You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you know. You are part of something bigger." So listen carefully, because this is your invitation to see yourself not just as a bystander, but as a participant in this great unfolding story, to recognize that the heart of America isn't just in its monuments or its history books, it's alive in you. It beats within your courage to face challenges, your willingness to stand for what's right, and your commitment to build a better tomorrow. This is the unbreakable spirit. It's the fire that refuses to be put out, the voice that refuses to be silenced, the light that refuses to go dark. And it's waiting for you to carry it forward, to add your strength to its flame, to become part of a legacy that no force on earth can ever break. Remember, when you think about America, don't just think about the past, think about the living, breathing spirit that lives inside every one of us. That spirit is why this country still stands. That spirit is why hope still shines. And that spirit is why, no matter what comes next, we will rise together, unbroken, unstoppable. The essence of America's spirit is resilience through adversity. That phrase alone carries the weight of generations. People who faced hardship, loss, and overwhelming odds, but refused to be defeated. Resilience is not just a word, it's a force, a heartbeat that has carried this nation through the darkest hours and brought it to where it stands today. To truly understand the heart of America, you have to understand what it means to keep going when everything inside you screams to stop. Resilience is born in struggle. It grows in the cracks of broken dreams and in the spaces where hope seems almost lost. Look back through history and you'll see it everywhere. People who lost everything but held on to their dignity and their dreams. They didn't wait for someone else to save them or for conditions to become perfect. They chose to rise, to fight, to rebuild. The American story is packed with moments when resilience wasn't just a choice, but a necessity. The settlers who crossed harsh lands, the pioneers who faced unforgiving winters, and the countless families who endured poverty and discrimination. All of them carried a spirit that refused to break. It wasn't just survival, it was the unshakable belief that something better was possible, that the future held promise if only they kept moving forward. Resilience is not just about endurance, it's about transformation. It's about learning, growing, and becoming stronger because of the pain. It's the power to face failure and find the courage to try again. America's resilience is woven into the fabric of its people's character, a character shaped by courage, by determination, and by a relentless refusal to accept defeat. You can see that resilience in the lives of those who have rebuilt after tragedy. After wars that tore families apart, after economic crashes that wiped out savings, after social battles that pushed for equality and justice, each time, this country found a way to come back. It was not by chance, not by luck, but because of an inner strength shared by millions who refused to give up on their dreams, their communities, and their nation. Resilience is also about unity in the face of adversity. When the storms come, when the ground shakes beneath us, it's the collective strength of people working together that sustains the spirit of America. It's neighbors helping neighbors, strangers becoming friends, communities standing side by side. The unbreakable spirit is never a solo act. It's a chorus of voices lifting each other up. But resilience doesn't mean ignoring the pain or pretending that challenges don't hurt. It means acknowledging the struggle and still choosing to keep going. It means understanding that setbacks are part of the journey and that true strength comes from facing those setbacks head on. It means looking fear in the eye and saying, "You will not define me." Every time a person chooses resilience, they add to the collective spirit of this country. Every time someone stands up after falling, they reinforce the foundation of America's promise. This promise isn't just about freedom or opportunity. It's about the power of the human spirit to overcome, to persevere, and to shine even in the darkest times. This resilience is not confined to the past. It lives today in the young student fighting to break the cycle of poverty, in the immigrant who arrives with nothing but hope, in the community rebuilding after natural disaster, in the activist raising their voice for justice. Each of these stories is a testament to the heart of America, a heart that beats with resilience. To truly honor this spirit, we must see resilience not as a burden, but as a gift. It's what enables us to grow beyond our circumstances, to dream beyond our doubts, and to build beyond our fears. Resilience teaches us that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to greatness. It reminds us that our worth is not measured by how many times we fall, but by how many times we rise. So when you think about the heart of America, think about resilience. Think about the strength that flows from struggle and the courage that rises from pain. Understand that this is the spirit that has carried this nation through wars, through hardships, through moments when hope seemed distant. And recognize that it is this same spirit within you that holds the power to face your own challenges, to overcome your own obstacles, and to write your own story of triumph. Because resilience is more than survival. It's the essence of living with purpose, with passion, and with unwavering faith in the promise of a better tomorrow. It is, at its core, the heart of America. The historical struggles that shaped the nation's unyielding character are more than stories from the past. They are the very foundation of who we are today. When you look at the journey of this country, you see a path marked by trials that tested not just the land, but the hearts and souls of its people. These struggles were not just battles over territory or laws. They were battles over ideals, over identity, over what it means to be free and human. It is through these moments of hardship that the unbreakable character of this nation was forged. From the earliest days, America faced challenges that would have broken lesser spirits. The first settlers arrived in a land that was wild and unforgiving, with no guarantee of success. They faced hunger, sickness, isolation, and the unknown. Yet, they pushed forward because they believed in something greater: freedom, opportunity, and the chance to build a new life. Their struggle was not just physical survival, but the fight to establish a society based on principles that many had never seen before. This wasn't an easy road. It was paved with sacrifice, loss, and relentless effort. As time moved on, the nation faced even greater trials. The fight for independence was not just a war against a distant ruler. It was a declaration of belief in self-determination and justice. Those who took up the cause did so knowing the risks, knowing they could lose everything. They chose courage over comfort, hope over fear. Their sacrifice laid the groundwork for a nation that would be tested again and again. One of the darkest chapters in this story is the struggle against slavery and the fight for civil rights. For generations, millions were denied the basic human rights others took for granted. Yet, even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, the spirit of resistance burned brightly. The stories of those who resisted, who escaped, who organized, and who marched remind us that character is born in the refusal to accept injustice. The nation's unyielding character was shaped as much by the bravery of those who fought for freedom as by those who once denied it. The Civil War, with all its pain and destruction, was another defining moment. It tore the country apart, but also forced a reckoning with the ideals upon which it was founded. The fight to preserve the Union and end slavery was a fight for the soul of America. The sacrifices made during that time were staggering, yet they forged a new path forward, one that promised a more just and united nation. The struggles didn't end there. The Great Depression tested the resilience of millions who faced poverty and despair. The wars that followed asked more from every generation: men and women who left their homes to fight for freedom abroad, and those who kept the home fires burning. Each era brought its own challenges, but through every hardship, the nation's character was strengthened, not weakened. What these struggles teach us is that character is not something given, it is something earned. It is forged in the fires of adversity and shaped by the choices people make in the face of hardship. The unyielding character of this nation did not come from moments of ease or peace, but from moments when the future seemed uncertain and the cost of standing firm was high. These stories are not relics of the past, they are living lessons. They remind us that no matter the challenges we face today, we are part of a legacy that has overcome far greater trials. The strength we need is already within us, passed down from those who came before. Their struggles teach us to hold fast to our values, to fight for justice, and to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow. When we remember these struggles, we are reminded of the importance of courage and conviction. We see that the unbreakable character of this nation is reflected in each person's willingness to stand up for what is right, even when it's difficult. It calls on us to face our own challenges with the same spirit, to be resilient, to be determined, and to never lose sight of the principles that define us. This unyielding character is what gives America its soul. It is the thread that connects past and present, that links each generation to the next. It reminds us that while the road may be hard, the destination is worth the struggle. And it challenges us to live up to the legacy we've been given, to honor the sacrifices of those who came before by continuing to build a nation worthy of their courage and hope. So as you reflect on the history of this nation, know that it is more than just dates and events. It is the story of a people who refused to be broken, who faced every hardship with strength and purpose, and who created a spirit that will never be extinguished. That spirit is alive in you, and it is the heart of America. The role of everyday heroes in building the American legacy is a story that often goes untold, yet it is the most powerful narrative of all. These heroes aren't found in history books with grand titles or monuments named after them. They are the quiet, relentless, and often unseen individuals whose courage, sacrifice, and determination have shaped the very foundation of this nation. Their stories are the heartbeats of America, the true measure of its strength and character. Think about the people who, day after day, show up and give their best, not because they seek fame or recognition, but because they believe in something bigger than themselves. The teacher who stays late to help a struggling student, the nurse who works tirelessly through long nights caring for the sick, the farmer who rises before dawn to tend the land, and the factory worker who keeps the wheels of industry turning. These are the hands and hearts that have built America's promise. Every small act of courage, every sacrifice made in silence, adds to the strength of the nation. These everyday heroes face challenges that often go unnoticed. They battle economic hardships, personal struggles, and sometimes the weight of history itself. Yet, their resilience and determination create a ripple effect, inspiring others and building communities that stand strong in the face of adversity. Consider the immigrant who arrives with little more than hope and a dream. They leave behind everything familiar to build a new life from the ground up. It's their hard work, their grit, and their unyielding belief in possibility that have fueled America's growth for centuries. Each generation of immigrants has brought with it a unique spirit of perseverance, adding new colors and voices to the rich tapestry of the nation. These heroes also include the men and women who serve in the armed forces. Their bravery is well known, but beyond the battlefield, they are fathers, mothers, siblings, and friends who carry the weight of sacrifice long after the fighting ends. Their commitment to protect and serve is a testament to the spirit of duty and honor that runs deep in America's veins. The activists and leaders who have stood up against injustice, often at great personal risk, are part of this legacy as well. Their courage to speak out, to organize, and to demand change has moved the nation closer to its ideals. They remind us that heroism is not always about grand gestures, but about the persistent fight for what is right and just. What binds these everyday heroes together is a shared commitment to the common good. They work not for personal gain, but for the betterment of their families, their communities, and their country. Their actions may seem small in isolation, but together they build the unbreakable spirit of America. It is their hands that have laid the bricks, their voices that have raised the banners, and their hearts that have kept the dream alive. In the quiet moments when no one is watching, these heroes keep pushing forward. They teach us that heroism is accessible to everyone. It lives in the choices we make to show kindness, to stand up for others, to persevere despite setbacks. It is the courage to keep going when the road is hard, the strength to lift others up, and the faith that together we can build something lasting. Every community across this nation has its own stories of these heroes, people who refused to be defeated by circumstance, who gave more than they took, and who believed deeply in the promise of America. These stories remind us that the legacy of this country is not just written by the famous or powerful, but by the countless ordinary people who embody the spirit of resilience and hope every day. So when we talk about America's legacy, we must honor these everyday heroes. They are the backbone of our nation, the living proof that greatness is not reserved for a few, but is built by the many. Their strength, courage, and determination are the fuel that keeps this country moving forward. And here's the truth, that same hero lives inside each of us. We all have the capacity to contribute, to make a difference, to carry forward the torch of hope and resilience. The legacy of America is not behind us. It is in the hands of those willing to step up, stand tall, and live with purpose. Remember, greatness is not defined by spotlight or accolades, but by the everyday choices to act with integrity, courage, and love. These are the true heroes who have built America's legacy and who will continue to shape its future. Their spirit is unbreakable, their impact everlasting, and their story, our story, is one of relentless hope and unwavering strength. The power of hope and determination in the face of hardship is one of the most profound forces shaping the story of America. When everything seems to be against us, when the night feels darkest and the weight of the world threatens to crush our spirits, it is hope that lights the way forward. It is hope that fuels determination, and it is determination that turns dreams into reality. This powerful combination has carried countless individuals, families, and communities through some of the toughest moments in history, proving time and again that no obstacle is too great when the human spirit refuses to surrender. Hope is not merely wishful thinking or idle dreaming. It is an active choice, a conscious decision to believe in something better, even when the evidence seems to suggest otherwise. Hope is a flame that refuses to be extinguished by failure, disappointment, or loss. It whispers to us in our darkest hours, reminding us that every setback is temporary, every challenge surmountable, and every new day a chance to start again. Determination is the muscle that hope flexes. It is the grit, the relentless push forward despite the odds, the refusal to quit when the going gets tough. Determination is waking up each morning and deciding to face the day with courage, no matter how many times you've been knocked down before. Together, hope and determination are a powerful duo, a force that drives progress and transformation. Throughout America's history, this power has been on full display. When the Great Depression plunged millions into poverty and despair, hope was the spark that refused to die out. It was the determination of families who held on, the workers who fought for better conditions, and the leaders who dared to envision a new future. Their hope and determination laid the groundwork for recovery and renewal, inspiring generations to come. Consider the stories of individuals who have overcome tremendous odds, people born into circumstances that might have crushed their spirits, but who chose instead to rise. They are the entrepreneurs who started with nothing but an idea and the will to succeed. They are the students who battled doubt and financial struggle to earn a degree. They are the everyday people who refuse to let hardship define them, who turn pain into purpose and setbacks into stepping stones. Hope and determination are also at the heart of the civil rights movements and struggles for justice. When faced with systemic oppression, inequality, and violence, countless people stood up, not just out of anger or frustration, but out of hope for a more just and equitable society. Their determination to keep marching, speaking, and demanding change reshaped the nation and moved it closer to the ideals it proclaims. This power is not something distant or abstract. It lives in each of us every day. It is the parent who works multiple jobs to provide a better life for their children. It is the neighbor who offers a helping hand without expecting anything in return. It is the friend who listens when no one else will. It is the choice we make to believe in ourselves and others, even when the road is uncertain. Hope and determination together create a kind of magic, resilience that transforms communities and inspires nations. They teach us that no matter how many times we fall, we can get back up. They remind us that the future is not fixed, but shaped by the actions we take today. They empower us to keep going, to keep building, and to keep dreaming. In this moment, as we face challenges both old and new, it is this power that calls to us most loudly. It reminds us that our greatest strength is not in avoiding hardship, but in meeting it head on with courage and faith. It challenges us to be the hope for others, to be the determination that refuses to quit, and to be the light that guides the way forward. So when you feel overwhelmed, when the path seems too steep and the obstacles too high, remember the power of hope and determination. Remember that these forces have carried millions before you, and they live within you now. They are the reason America's heart still beats strong, and the reason why, no matter what, we will keep moving forward. Together, unbreakable, unstoppable. The importance of community and unity in sustaining the unbreakable spirit of America cannot be overstated. At the core of this nation's strength lies a simple truth: no one stands alone. The power of a united people, working hand in hand, has been the bedrock upon which America has built its resilience and progress. When communities come together, bridging differences and pooling their strengths, they create something far greater than the sum of their parts, a force that no challenge can break. Community is more than just a group of people living in the same place. It is a shared sense of belonging, a bond forged through shared experiences, hopes, and struggles. It is the safety net that catches us when we fall, the encouragement that lifts us when we doubt, and the collective will that drives us forward. When individuals unite with a common purpose, they form an unshakable foundation, one that sustains the spirit of America through every trial. Look back at the moments when America faced its greatest challenges. It was not just the actions of leaders or heroes alone that turned the tide. It was the power of people coming together. Communities rebuilt after natural disasters, neighbors supported each other through economic hardship, and citizens joined hands to fight for civil rights and justice. This unity created momentum, a wave of strength that carried the nation through dark times. Unity does not mean uniformity. It means embracing diversity while finding common ground. America's strength lies in its rich tapestry of cultures, backgrounds, and ideas. The unity that sustains the unbreakable spirit is not about erasing differences, but about celebrating them and working together despite them. It is the understanding that every voice matters, every story counts, and every person has a role in shaping the future. In times of crisis, this unity shines brightest. When emergencies strike, communities rally. People offer shelter, food, and hope. Strangers become family. The shared hardships forge bonds that last a lifetime. This spirit of coming together in service and compassion is the heart of America's resilience. But community and unity are not just reactive, they are proactive forces. They inspire collaboration and innovation, create support networks, and foster environments where everyone can thrive. They remind us that progress is not a solo journey, but a collective one. When people unite, they amplify each other's strengths and compensate for weaknesses, creating a powerful force for change. This unity is also about empathy, understanding and valuing the experiences of others. It calls us to listen, to learn, and to stand with those whose paths may differ from our own. It challenges us to break down walls of division and to build bridges of respect and kindness. Through empathy, communities grow stronger and the unbreakable spirit is reinforced. The importance of community is felt in every neighborhood, every school, every workplace, and every gathering place. It's in the shared celebrations and the collective mourning. It's in the way people come together to support a family in need or to fight for a cause. It's in the small acts of kindness that ripple outward, creating a wave of hope and strength. In a world that often emphasizes division and conflict, the unbreakable spirit of America reminds us of the power of unity. It calls us back to the fundamental truth that together we are stronger, together we can overcome, and together we can build a future that honors the dreams of those who came before us. As you think about your own place in this story, remember that community is not just something you belong to. It's something you help build. It's in the choices you make to connect, to support, and to uplift. It's in the courage to stand with others, even when it's hard. It's in the commitment to a shared vision of hope, justice, and opportunity. The unbreakable spirit of America lives in these connections, in the unity that binds us across differences, in the compassion that fuels our actions, and in the collective strength that sustains us through every challenge. It is the power that turns individuals into a nation, strangers into neighbors, and a vision into reality. So, embrace this truth. You are part of a community greater than yourself. Your actions matter. Your voice counts, and together we carry forward a spirit that no hardship can shatter. This unity, this community, is the heart of America, the force that keeps it alive, vibrant, and unbreakable. The enduring legacy of the unbreakable spirit is not just a story of the past. It is a living, breathing force that continues to shape the future of America every single day. This legacy is a testament to the strength, courage, and hope passed down through generations. A torch that has been carried through time by those who believed that no matter how hard the journey, the spirit of this nation would never be broken. It is a legacy that calls on each of us to honor what has come before by building what will come next. Think about the generations before us, their struggles, sacrifices, and triumphs. They faced unimaginable challenges, yet they never allowed those challenges to define or defeat them. Instead, they used their hardships as fuel to push forward, to innovate, to dream bigger. This spirit of relentless perseverance and hope is their gift to us. It is the foundation upon which we stand and the beacon that lights the path ahead. But a legacy is not simply inherited, it is cultivated. It lives through the choices we make, the values we uphold, and the actions we take. The unbreakable spirit is passed on when we refuse to give in to despair, when we choose to believe in possibility, even when the odds seem insurmountable. It grows when we lift others up, when we stand together in solidarity, and when we commit to building a more just and compassionate society. This legacy challenges us to look beyond ourselves and to see our role as caretakers of something greater, a vision of a nation where opportunity is real, where freedom is shared, and where every voice is heard. It asks us to be brave in the face of adversity, to be resilient in the face of setbacks, and to be hopeful in the face of uncertainty. It reminds us that the future is not given, it is made. Every story of resilience, every act of kindness, every moment of courage adds a new chapter to this living legacy. When a young person pursues an education despite obstacles, they add to the spirit of progress. When a community comes together to support one another in hard times, they strengthen the bonds that hold the nation together. When someone speaks out against injustice, they carry forward the torch of those who fought for freedom and equality before them. The unbreakable spirit is also about dreaming boldly. It is about imagining a future where the challenges of today are overcome, where the wounds of the past are healed, and where the promise of America is fulfilled for all. This legacy inspires innovation, creativity, and the courage to step into the unknown with confidence and determination. As we carry this legacy forward, we also recognize that it requires responsibility. It calls on us to be guardians of hope, champions of justice, and builders of community. It reminds us that we are connected, not only to each other, but to the generations yet to come. The choices we make today will shape the world they inherit. This legacy is not confined to grand gestures or historic moments. It lives in everyday actions. It is found in the care we show one another, in the fairness we demand, and in the dreams we dare to pursue. It is strengthened every time someone chooses to rise after a fall, to speak truth in the face of silence, and to extend a hand when others are in need. The unbreakable spirit is a promise that no matter what comes, the heart of America will endure. It is a reminder that within each of us lies a strength that cannot be broken, a hope that cannot be dimmed, and a commitment to a future brighter than the past. This legacy is our inheritance, our responsibility, and our greatest hope. So, as you think about the road ahead, remember this: you are part of a story much larger than yourself. You carry within you the spirit of those who came before, and you hold the power to shape what comes next. The legacy of the unbreakable spirit is alive because of you, because of your courage, your hope, and your determination. This is the heart of America, unbreakable, enduring, and forever hopeful. It beats in the past, pulses in the present, and will continue to shine in the future. And it is a legacy worth honoring, nurturing, and passing on with pride and purpose.